Welcome back to my learning block. We are here and it's time for figurative language. Figurative language. I wonder what that is. Well, no need to wonder. Figurative language are words that alter the literal meaning of a word that is usually exaggerated. They're all over. A lot of people talk about them during poetry type situations, poetry months, poetic devices, and blah, 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 right? No, figurative language, we use it all the time. We use it every day. It's not just for authors, it's for us. We use it. I'm serious, like a ton. See? Just used it a ton. I literally don't use figurative language a ton, but I use it a lot, and it's a way to evoke how much, because you can understand a ton and blah, 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 and I'm talking too much. So let's get down to business, shall we? All right, so figurative language, these are examples. There are many more, and many more you can check out right here on my learning block. But anyway, we have similes, metaphors, idioms, which is what we're focused on today. So if this is not what you meant to click on, look elsewhere, good sir. All right, so we also have onomatopoeias. I like to call them onomatopoeias, but they're onomatopoeias. Symbols, hopefully that's spelled right. Imagery, hyperbole, alliteration, and personification. Those are all different types of figurative language. But today, like I said, we are going to focus our attention on idioms. Idioms. What's an idiom? No, it's not bad. It's not mean. An idiom is a combination of words that have a different meaning than the literal. But what does that mean? I know, it's been a while. Thank you for being here. And again, if at the end of this, please check out our resources and use some with your child, because it'll really help them out to get that understanding of idioms and how to locate idioms and how to use idioms. But what are they? The combination of words. What does that mean technically? And have I ever seen it? I'm sure you're asking yourself. Well, have you ever heard somebody say, hit the books? I'll sit back for a second. Yes, of course, hit the books. Oh, it was a piece of cake, right? Those are examples of idioms. When you are combining those words, when you're saying hit the books, what does that literally mean? Are you hitting a book? I hope not. Eesh, the author would be appalled you're hitting their work. Weird. All right, but anyway, yes, hitting the books. We come to take that as to study, right? Your child gets home off the bus and it's time to hit the books, especially if you got a test tomorrow. All right, it's studying. It's something that we've kind of given a meaning to, though it's not literal, as well as it's a piece of cake. All right, some things are a piece of cake, but is it literally a piece of cake? Like red velvet or cream cheese? No, it just simply means it's easy. I know, I'm losing it. But this is figurative language. I really enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy it too, and your child. I hope they really love it, because they're probably using it all the time. Nah, you don't get it. All right, so what does it all mean? Well, in order for your child to understand figurative language, your child must first know how to find idioms. And they're really not that hard to find, because they're pretty much catchphrases or sayings that don't mean the literal. And authors use it a good bit of the time. So your child must understand how to find them. And again, that comes from just realizing, all right, this does not mean literal. And you can find that type of stuff in text all the time, where does the author really mean to use the words that they're using here, or are they trying to convey something bigger? Second, your child must be able to determine the meaning, and how they do that is through context clues. We'll talk more about that later at the end, but in the meantime, what we want to do, or what you want to do with your child, is expose them. Honestly and truly, exposure is the best policy with regards to understanding and learning idioms. Give examples. I have a bunch of examples in my brain. But if you can't get to my brain and you can't see through my eyes and through my nose and through my mouth, all right, never mind. Just check out our resources. We have a large example of idioms that will really help your child. You see how I can just change? They'll really help your child understand. There'll be some examples, but I'll give you some. I'll say this is the top 10 list of my LearningBlock idioms. Number 1. No, I'm joking, it's not number 1, but you're in hot water, Mr., Mrs., ma'am, sir. You're in hot water. Are you literally in hot water? If so, please get out as soon as possible. Unless it's a jacuzzi, of course. But you're in hot water is a commonly used idiom. It does not necessarily mean that you're literally standing in hot water. It just means you're in some deep trouble. You're in some good trouble or bad trouble. Trouble, good or bad. It's trouble. Right? Another one, go the extra mile. I love coaching. I coach as well. Bet you didn't know that. But yes, coaching. You always tell kids, go the extra mile. And that is also an idiom, because what if they're studying and they're not necessarily running? Why would they go a mile with studying? Imagine what that would look like. I wish I had like the graphics. That'd be pretty funny, right? But anyway, go the extra mile. That's another commonly used idiom. It simply means keep going, go farther, go faster, go stronger, go harder, right? Continue. All right, moving on to the next one, if I can. I'll use this way. It's raining cats and dogs. I don't know about you, but that would definitely be scary. But it's raining cats and dogs simply implies that it is raining a lot. And, you know, cats and dogs kind of argue and meow and roof roof, and pretty much that's what they're trying to say. It's raining cats and dogs. It's a downpour, pretty much. I mean, I have nothing else to say on that one. Take a shot. Take a shot. I'm not playing basketball, am I? Are you? Maybe. I'm not playing soccer. Take a shot just means give it a try. And I know I may be preaching to the choir here that you do know these idioms, but I wonder if you knew they were idioms, because they don't have the literal meaning, but you can definitely understand what it means, the combination of words. Have a change of heart. Someone's upset and then they become happy, or someone didn't like somebody and then they start liking them. Having a change of heart. Not even going to talk about really changing your heart. That's pretty nasty. All right, this is the icing on the cake. It's the last straw. It's the best thing. See, I did it again. Last straw. Idiom. I used the idiom for an idiom. I know, I'm special. The icing on the cake just means it tops it off. It is the very top layer. It's the greatest of all. All right, I'm all ears. We use it all the time. If you're all ears, then you have no body. So I'm all ears. Another commonly idiom, just implying that you're listening. And I'm telling you this list because these are idioms. These are idioms that we commonly use, and you can call your child on it. When they say one of these, that's an idiom. Or when they use an idiom, you can just celebrate for them. Buy them a trophy, really. Buy them a trophy saying you're an idiom king or queen. And they'll be excited, and they'll start catching it themselves. So therefore, when they start reading it, they'll start recognizing it. And so just bring the exposure to them. Out of the blue, you know, I think literally it means coming out of the ocean, something that you did not see. But when we use it in idioms, it technically means something to surprise. Get your act together. Not an actress. It simply means to start making changes or corrections. And then curiosity killed the cat. I don't know anybody named Curiosity, but if they killed a cat, that's pretty mean. All right, but technically that means to us, sometimes our curiosity can be dangerous. We're not cats. All right. Now, when your child is reading idioms, they want to kind of see exactly what they're looking for. So I'm going to use the highlighter here. John really got a kick out of going to the birthday party. All of his friends were there, and it was the best day of his life. He got a kick. I'm not pretty sure he got kicked or he really got a kick, but what that kind of means, and once your child starts to understand, all right, let me see what I'm looking for here. Let me see what's going on in the context. All of his friends were there, and it was the best day of his life. maybe it was enjoyable. Just maybe. Just maybe he enjoyed the party. And that's completely fine. And so when it says he got a kick out of going to the party, he's basically giving another way of saying, I had a great time at the party. Now, this is idioms again, and I hope you really got something with regards to helping your child. Remember, exposure. Take a look at the resources of the commonly used idioms that we probably didn't know were idioms. And what you can do is start incorporating that with you and your child's dialogue. So then later on, again, like when they read it, they'll start picking it up. And then they can look at those context clues to kind of figure out what it literally means. Thank you again for joining me on my learning block. This was fun. I'm kind of going over time. I'll see you next time. Keep learning with me.